Sigmund Freud never talked about...
Sigmund Freud was the Einstein of the brain.
You better believe it.
But
Sigmund Freud went unchecked.
What did he say about deja vu? Did he say anything?
I don't think he went into
Einstein was a mathematician who worked on thought theories. Did he say that there is deja vu or time is relative? What did he say?
I didn't believe time is relative.
Did any one of them really identify what is consciousness and memory? Nobody has a theory of memory as of yet.
Nobody knew what deja vu was.
All right, but memory has a lot to do with deja vu.
Exactly.
And deja vu is connected with dreams.
Well, if memory is connected with deja vu, quite logically, memory has to be connected to the known world.
Is it the overlapping of consciousness from one time zone to another?
One could argue that, but obviously, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple because we can't understand faith. Before we can understand faith, we have to understand man.
Can we go back to the video?
Somewhere in your development, you pass somebody, and that's called history. Now, that person was supposed to be connected to your world. God was trying to let you know something, but your mother grabbed you and said, no, you can't stop now, we have to go to market.
This is a real communication. I've been wanting to do this.
I have a very quick answer for you on the question of reality. You know, this is a question that many people ask when they were exploring their awareness. Am I right? Let me just set the record straight, and you can take it with a grain of salt, as I know you will. Reality sets a standard, which we need. And unless we have that standard, we really don't have anything else. So you are basically questioning the establishment of a standard, which is reality. Reality is a very big standard. It is... I'm in a chat room right now with a few philosophers.
Why? Because people will leave, people will run from it.
Your video was interesting because it gives a premise of, can we blur the lines of the subconscious to the conscious, to awakeness and sleep and dreams, in order to question what is reality. And you did mention sensory perception, senses of the eyes, mouth, the ears, all that. Well, it is true that these senses are flawed, but they are the tools that we use. Am I right?
Not technical, but social. I agree.
Yeah, primordial is more like it. Now, the primordial tools that we've had for so long have served us well. It's just now, today, we're getting more complicated because these sensory tools are further being distorted by technology. Aside from that, because I don't think you really were questioning technology in your video. You were testing out how can we blur the lines and how can we establish this basic reality in the first place. Well, I'm telling you, reality is created by the physical world. In other words, reality that we can communicate about today. Reality is created by the elements of the physical world. That's all it is. That is the world. There is nothing else. Now, above and beyond this is a awareness or an underlying principle of this physical world. And that is what you are trying to call reality.
Wait a second, we look at the equation first.
That's the reality.
Sometimes I do that just to understand things.
That is a reflection of reality.
The reality can be created by the physical world, so it can be said the physical world can be created by reality. therefore a higher thinking
That's
subconscious.
right. Okay, hold on a second.
Where you don't realize whether you're.
I don't want to get this very complicated video here. Because what Draco just led us to is my main allegory or the cliche. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Yeah, I mean, the reality of the spirit or the noumenon of the spirit has created the physical world. So while you're in the physical world, then you are looking back and saying, how did this get like this? Is this really reality? Or is reality just an idea, an abstract idea, with no hardcore proof? So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Anybody who knows the answer to that question understands there's a video. Anything else? Are you sure? I mean, you watch this video, we just want to make sure we respond to it. There's nothing more really that I have to say. So, I appreciate your thought process. It was very good. And I think that everybody has to go through that stage of thought and experimentation.
Input can only be further analyzed through sociological debates, which we don't see on YouTube, LiveTube, or in the world now. There's no such channel. People are afraid to experiment. They just want to say, I don't like pornography. I don't like the war. I don't like crime. I don't like what my teacher gives me for homework. I don't like my father. I don't like my mother. I don't like my house. I don't like my baby. I want more money. I don't like eating this food, you know. Everything is a sociological debate. Where do we start? Well, that can be a debate too. A debate for the debate. What do we do first?
I would end this video because we've proven our point with that. I mean, we've not necessarily proven anything, and you've not necessarily proven anything either, but I think it's all part of the communication, the video sharing. Hold on, so let me turn down the chat room. Yeah, reality is the standard, and the more you tamper with that, the more that you're calling on insanity. It is good to see that there is a comparison. There is a yin and a yang. But if reality is order, and the questioning of it is chaos, well, you have to be within order in order to keep it a standard. If you go into chaos and you want that to be your order, then everything gets confusing and you unravel the whole fabric of the universe. So you don't really want to do that, because the fabric of the universe is the way it is, you are the way you are, and this camera is the way it is, this video is the way it is, because reality dictates that it shall be that way, and that is the law. I'm not even going to paint any scenarios for you in case you want chaos to rule over us and destroy that reality, that order that should be there. I'm not even going to paint those scenarios because we wouldn't even be able to communicate if you do that.